Before I outright say what I am, let me give a little rundown of what I consider the definitions to the types of paganism there are. Sorry, this is going to be one of those where I answer the question in about 10 seconds. But there's Reconstructionist, Revivalist, and Eclectic. So, from what I understand, Reconstructionists or Recons are pagans who want to basically resurrect pagan practices as closely to the ways they used to be as possible. They are the academic nerds of paganism, and that's a good thing. All power to the nerds. There are channels like Aliakai, Fel the Blithe, and Ocean Keltoi who would consider to be examples of good recon pagans. But that doesn't mean they want to reconstruct the practices we know as unsavory today. So the Norse pagans, they don't want to bring back the practice of sacrificing 9 humans, dogs, and other animals every 9 years. They rely more on the academic study and historical records to develop their practices in general. Revivalists are a little more modern. They want to revive the practices of pagan paths, but they update them in a modern context mostly. So things like holidays and things that go into sacrifice get adapted for our modern lifestyles while still maintaining the essence of historical pagan roots. Eclectics are pagans that are willing to take from multiple cultures to develop their own body of practices. This can be things like Wicca and other general witchcraft paths. I would say this type of pagan is distinguished as not feeling limited to learning about one specific culture or path, whereas the other two tend to. For myself, I'm on the eclectic side, but closer to a revivalist methodology. Like I said before, I take things from Norse paganism to venerate my ancestors, things from witchcraft culture and other Celtic things when it comes into my magical practice. But I mainly rely on Greek paganism and worship the gods from Hellenism. I try to respect the cultures and people I pull from, do as much research as I'm capable of, and only do things with the intent to better myself and understand of my spirituality. That's really the heart of why I'm doing this project, as well as why I'm putting it out to other people. Most, if not all, pagan creators are Reconstructionists, and it can start to feel overwhelming at times, the anxiety of wondering if you're really not a pagan, if you're not constantly researching things like you're going for a doctorate in philosophy and world religions. It's fucking stressful sometimes. At least that's me. I'm what I like to call a blue-collar pagan. I have a strong belief in the gods, and I'm always willing and wanting to talk about them and paganism in general, but I have a blue-collar job. I have a family and other things in my life that I tend to focus on more on the day-to-day. So I'm making this thing to help others like me know that it's 100% okay to not make your life revolve around being a pagan. You can worship the gods in blue jeans and a t-shirt. I want to just be an example of what that kind of paganism can be. But anyway, thanks for listening.